Hi, friends. The hour is nigh, and the Lord of Terror is about to be unleashed upon a crumbling world. I'm Ryan Quinn, Senior Narrative Designer on the Diablo Immortal team, and our last major update of this year is right around the corner. That's patch 3.2, Shattered Sanctuary, where you'll finally do battle with one of the world's greatest evils, Diablo himself. Diablo, the Lord of Terror, is an ancient being that craves the fear of all living things. When his greatest servant, the Bride of Hell, handed him a shard of the World Stone in Tristram Cathedral, he began to reconstitute himself, and we first witnessed his awesome power. He's been tormenting us with visions of terror ever since. But now, with the angelic blade Eldruin in your hands, it's time to drive his evil from Sanctuary. Diablo has been using the World Stone Shard to build fearsome armies of demons and Shardborn, to connect the burning hells to Sanctuary, and to unmake the world at its very core. World's Crown is Diablo Immortal's latest zone, a vast landmass with dark depths to explore, new bounties, new monsters, and a new main quest. The World Stone Shard's power has nearly banished all life from World's Crown. It's an eerie, still place full of unmoving carcasses. Diablo's attempts to unmake Sanctuary have produced pyramids of corpses, lakes of blood, bleached rocks and soil, pools of acid, upside-down rain, and the twisted gates of his citadel, where the burning hells bore into our world. When you reach World's Crown, you'll start in saturated, bright areas before you dive into the darkness of the crater and the underground to see the color drained from the world. We wanted everyone to feel their mortality while they played. And the art team really nailed the direction. Over the course of the quest, you'll amass allies from up to 5 different factions, including some that don't traditionally get along, like the Shadows and Immortals. Together, you'll make the treacherous voyage to World's Crown, rescue survivors of an advanced vanguard, defend a ragged camp against hordes of demons and Shardborn, and lead a charge across a hellishly warped battlefield. In the process, you'll fight some of the most vicious enemies we've ever come up with. Seafarers who spend the dry seasons on World's Crown were among the first people to witness Diablo's evil manifest upon Sanctuary. They've since torn out their eyes, mutilated their bodies, and they're now indistinguishable from monsters. Meanwhile, Diablo's greatest cultists were rewarded for their service with bone armor and cruel tokens of dedication. There's an entirely new family of flesh-warping Shardborn, and new terror demons have surged up from the burning hells, along with our take on a Diablo 1 favorite, the Viper. These vile legions are led by 2 of Diablo's greatest servants, the Bride of Hell, summoner of his demon armies and leader of his cult of terror, and the fallen Prince Albrecht, whose body once played host to Diablo himself, and has since been twisted into the first of the Shardborn. Diablo and his legions of terror have never been this brutal. In Shattered Sanctuary, the Lord of Terror is fully reconstituted. He has his army behind him and the unbridled power of creation in his claws. The battle with Diablo is the largest main quest boss fight we've ever made. Diablo has classic powers that you might recognize from Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, like Flame Circle and Lightning Breath. But he also has new abilities thanks to the World Stone Shard, twisting reality, conjuring new life and new dimensions into existence, and transforming the battlefield in darkness. Your only reprieve from the unyielding terror of this fight is to summon the light of Eldruin. This battle with Diablo won't be limited to the main quest. He'll be a replayable boss challenge available after you've completed the story. You'll be able to take on Diablo with a 4-person party, and as you crank the difficulty up, you can earn new high-level equipment and Eldruin-inspired cosmetics. Dungeons are some of our most rewarding and cinematic experiences in Immortal, and for those that play them a lot, we want to make the replayability even more dynamic. In Shattered Sanctuary, we're tackling this with boosted versions that we call challenge dungeons. When you run a challenge dungeon, you'll get 1 to 2 randomly assigned dungeon modifiers. Game changers like erupting pools of magma, bonus globe drops, lightning fast enemies, and even a countdown that gives you extra rewards if you win in time. So that's World's Crown, our new zone, the new main quest, challenge dungeons, and the fight with Diablo. We've got lots more in Shattered Sanctuary, of course. New legendary gems, 3 ferocious new Heliquary bosses, and plenty of gameplay updates. This epic clash with Diablo will be massive, and its ramifications will echo throughout Immortal's story next year and beyond, as we change the balance of power throughout Sanctuary. But that's for another day. Until then, see you in heaven.